Hafide, and welcome to Rehash, where we recap some of the big stories of the weekend. We'll start with the bad news first. Crystal, covering courts, what happened with the Ellert trial?
Okay, so it was a very high-profile case involving University of Guam professor, psychology professor Dr. Michael Ellert. So, an incident nearly 3 years ago apparently has landed him on standing accused of digitally penetrating 3 females at an event at his house. It was a Halloween house party. And so trial started on Thursday. On Friday, we heard from one of the victims herself. And again, she goes on the stand, very tearful testimony. And she's recalling what she believes happened in the water, but no one actually saw what happened. The other people were swimming, but no one saw the incident. She clarifies for the court that she felt someone touching her breast, put their hand down her pants, but did not see who did it, didn't turn around. So we expect to hear so much more from this trial. It should go on for the next few weeks. We should hear from at least 4 other women, even though he's only charged for three victims. As 2 more are expected to take the stand, talk about how in the past they too may have been sexually assaulted by the UOG professor.
And as for myself, it kind of touches on the same thing. Sex crimes, also labor crimes, and so I covered a story about human trafficking, and unfortunately, this happens all over the world, and it does happen here in Guam. And so there's a new bill that actually passed the House of Representatives Congress, and it was introduced by a Sinai congressman. And so what this would do would provide more resources to the Department of Labor to help train employees to recognize signs of human trafficking and help report it. So hopefully, these victims can get help, and these criminals can get put to jail. A big case that you might all recall is the Blue House case. And so another interesting story on a lighter note, but something very relevant. It's ADA Awareness Month, and so you covered that.
Yes, so today I worked with DISID, and for a few hours I got to spend some time in a wheelchair. Definitely a struggle for me. If it wasn't for Joser, our cameraman, he helped me get around. We went to the legislature today. They're definitely ADA compliant. It's a new Congress building. They've got the ramps, they've got the parking, but unfortunately I couldn't get into the doors very well. And according to Mr. Servino, the doors are not required to be automatic for ADA compliance. But that was definitely a struggle, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of the things that people with disabilities have to go through regularly. So. All right, and Brittany, on to you.
Yes, so this week for our Guam All Around, we have a new one, and it's one that I really enjoyed shooting and editing. It's a hike to San Carlos Falls. And then Liberation Day is coming up, so we're going to be everywhere. We're going to be all over talking to people, streaming the parade. So if you don't already, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter.
Well, definitely looking forward to seeing that San Carlos Falls. And also, remember, if there are any news tips, you can just email us at reporters@kuam.com.